6:30-ish. Can we have a roll call, please?
Randy Daigle,
Here.
Marcus Brennan, Gina Sakala, Chris Clare, David Costa, Chris Cycli,
Here.
Amy Dennis,
Here.
Caitlin Dunn,
Here.
Scott Copen,
Here.
Bruce Kellogg,
Present.
Walter Kruzel,
Here.
Kevin Margalfo,
Here.
Michael Monfort,
So you sure?
Joe
Dave-
Muller,
David is the one,
Jeff Oken,
the agenda had a link.
Marcia Moss,
He was appointed. The minutes aren't out yet, but normally they only
Frank
link
Stritch,
those that they're making the appointment.
Stacy Thurston,
Here.
and Nate Gingerella. Okay,
All
thank you.
right. Very good. Did everybody get a chance to review the meeting minutes dated July 2nd, 2020? And if so, are there any comments or questions?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the regular meeting minutes of July 2nd, 2020 as issued.
Second.
Any discussion? Show of hands, all in favor? Anybody against? Anybody abstain? Thank you very much. We do not have any committee guests this evening, so we will go right into the architect's report. Mr. Kellogg, how are you, sir?
Mr. Daigle, I'm fine. How are you today?
Great. And how's your team doing?
Our team is doing wonderful. So,
Great.
give you an update. Obviously, for those of you in the committee that don't know, the FF&E package that was supposed to go to the state on the 9th of July, the state called and rescheduled the date because they had a conflict come up. We are now in at OSCGNR on the 23rd, which is next Thursday.
No, we're not.
22nd?
No, that got moved to the 30th.
Yeah. I'm sure
Oh, that's right. Yep, they kicked it back even further. Yep. So we're ready to rock and roll. You've approved it. The Board of Ed's approved it. It's just a matter of making the dates work in the summer schedule here with the state. So shouldn't be any big deal. I don't think there's anything we should be in a panic about getting furniture purchase orders or anything. We just need to follow the paper trail with the state so that you're eligible for your reimbursement. So that's the furniture piece. The technology equipment piece, I'm going to work with Chris Cycli. We expect, I know GTC has scheduled, I think they got a meeting coming either this Monday or Tuesday. Again, with the district, there's been a lot of information sharing. They've been waiting. There's some pieces of information that we've had to wait for that the district's trying to accumulate and get to us. But that process is moving. We will expect to be ready to present to this committee and the Board of Ed end of August, beginning September. I'll just need to work out the dates depending on when this committee and Board of Ed meeting officially. I'd like to try to avoid special meetings so we don't inconvenience members of committees. And then we'll also, Chris and I will work with the state to get a state date, which I'm going to assume is early to mid-September. And then we should be good with tech equipment. On both those packages, it's being specified, just so everybody's aware, being specified that the technology equipment and furniture that gets delivered for the first phase in February is only those components that are necessary for that first classroom wing turnover, that the manufacturers will hold the other pieces until such time as the building is ready to accept the next phase and then the phase after that. So the district does not have to worry about finding a warehouse or somewhere to store this material, because we're not having them deliver it and then have you guys sit on it for up to a year and a half before it's ready. So
Susie, David Costa.
Excuse me, Bruce, can you hold on one quick second? I'm sorry.
Yep.
Jeff, can you approve David Costa from coming online? He's currently being waited. He's waiting on the side to be approved to come on to this committee or the video. There we go. We got him. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Bruce.
That's all right. So the other piece is, and I'll let Gilbane talk about the construction schedule, but we are, the design team, right now it's pretty predominantly JCJ. Every other week, there's a construction administration site meeting between Gilbane and JCJ and any of our consultants. We are in the process of reviewing shop drawings and submittals also. So that, from our perspective, obviously, and I think we talked about Gilbane now is the lead role, and we're a supportive role. So we're that's how we're proceeding. The next site meeting, I think, is next Thursday. I will be at that. I know Jill's going to be on vacation, so I got that covered, and I'll be there. The other piece is there's been an ongoing conversation with both building official and fire marshal in Enfield to get a full permit for this building. And I think we got one issue to finally resolve, and we're there. The JCJ team reviewed it earlier today. We have some information we're going to reach back to Ed Shirley on. Basically, it's in the new cafeteria. The committee may recall that the district asked us to put some movable partitions in there to subdivide the space. Originally, they weren't going to be closed all the way, so you had access from one piece to the other. Then they decided to close it. We put some doors in there. Ed's concerned about the occupant load and the number of occupants. I think one of the simple solutions is to cap the number of occupants when you in those spaces. It shouldn't be any big deal because it will not have an impact on the function of the cafeteria in that we're up at 700 plus occupants in the cafeteria, and you're only going to seat waves of 400, so maximum. So it's just a matter of getting the logistics worked out with Ed so that he's comfortable, he'll sign off, and then we're good to go there. So seems like we're at the finish line for the full permit. That's the story for today, and unless there's questions for either Jill's on the line too, unless there's any specific design related questions, everything's just moving along.
Anybody have any questions for Bruce or Jill? Great, thank you guys very much. We'll move on to the CMR. We got Marcus from Gilbane, comfortably on his comfy couch there.
That's a nice looking trailer you're in there.
Yeah, we're in your office, by the way. We ate all the pistachios. You may have to.
The top drawer of the file cabinet has chips in it. So, good evening, everybody. We're obviously moving very quickly and fast on site with demolition. We are pretty well through Area B, what we call Area B, which is the original Black Wing. You probably saw, if you looked at the monthly report that Randy forwarded this morning, the nice aerial shot showing that area. We took a nice chunk out of that wing that the new auditorium will tuck right into. So we're well underway with demo. Demo is probably about 90% complete in that area of the building. We have one last wall we're taking down that will allow new footings to be put in place in steel to support the edges of the existing building. So then when the new addition ties into it, we have the proper supports. So the PCB abatement crew is through the Black Wing, through the Yellow Wing, and they're into Blue Wing, which is that two-story section that we have under our control now. And they'll be into that probably for the next 4 weeks, ACM PCB abatement-wise. And the balance of the demo crew has moved to basically removing slabs to allow for MEP work to take place, and removing slabs, concrete slabs that is, to allow any structural work that needs to take place within the existing to start. This week, our concrete crew mobilized for the first time for footings in both areas of the new auditorium addition, as well as the small MEP addition on the other side of the C wing. Tomorrow is actually our first concrete pour on site, which is a mini milestone that is good to accomplish. And in a couple weeks' time, we'll have steel on site for the first time for the interior portions, so we can get rid of any shoring we put up to temporarily hold up sections of the building. And then we'll have steel probably another month after that for the addition areas. So progressing well overall. And the other thing we have going on, obviously, as you all know, is the swing spaces inside. Cafeteria is fully studded out. All inspections have been done this week. Ductwork showed up for the overhead in that area, so the ductwork's going up in that area next week. The media center, the stud walls are going up. They field measured for the ductwork earlier this week, and hopefully in a week and a half time, we'll have the ductwork for that area as well. We had a little bit of a sprinkler leak in that area the other day, which was an unexpected event, but nothing damaged, and we were able to clean it up within short order to keep moving. But we had fire trucks roll to the site for the first time for something we did. So thankfully, no permanent damage and nobody injured. But, so that's the quick basic update and straightforward. We continue to push and moving as fast as we can.
Very good. Does anybody have any questions for Marcus from Gilbane regarding the construction of the demo? We are moving quite ahead. We're definitely on track of maintaining the schedule and exceeding it a little bit. So kudos to everybody out in the field. We'll move on to the owner's rep. We've got Chris Blakely here from ESG. There we go.
So just a few things. Turbidity monitoring, we have Tom Benjamin on board now. He's been out on site. He's done a few inspections. Things are good. Silt fence is here and installed properly. No major issues after the last few rain events we've had on site. So that's rolling well. He's talking with the superintendent from Gilbane. So there shouldn't be any issues with that moving forward. That's smooth. Working with John Wilcox in finance, wrapped up the cash flow for him so that he can get his bans and financing in place, as well as working on some additional POs that we need out here on site and processing invoices. So things are moving forward on the finance side as well, which, as we all know, money keeps the job flowing. So we're in good shape right now with those few things, and just trying to wrap up loose ends to get to the state for the furniture meeting on the 30th, and then we'll be issuing again purchase orders for all the furniture, and then securing deliveries for the end of phase 1, which would be a January delivery. So everything's on track right now. That's where we are.
Don't start, please. Okay. Scott, thank you, Scott. Oh, God, don't do this to me. All right. So the budget subcommittee met earlier this evening here at the trailer. We went through a series of invoices, AAIS, TRC, and Gilbane. And everything that we're going to be presenting tonight was reviewed and approved by the budget subcommittee. And then I'll let the vice chair take it over from there.
I'd like to make a motion.
Did I make you a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy right here. Yeah. First invoice is from AAIS and this is for asbestos abatement and associated demolition. Invoice number 0156-3, dated 7/16/20, for the amount of $540,697.70.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Show of hands, all in favor? Anybody against? Anybody abstain?
Second invoice is from TRC. They are doing the asbestos and PCB monitoring. Their invoice number 424559, dated, what's the date on this thing? Upper right, July 6, 2020, for the sum of $27,272.50.
Second. I was waiting for someone there.
Any discussion? Show of hands, all in favor? Anybody against? Anybody abstain?
Third and final invoice is from Gilbane, dated 7/13/2020. This is application number 9, $116,595.40.
Any discussion? Show of hands, all in favor? Anybody against? Anybody abstain?
That's all the invoices, Mr. Chairman.
So those are the 3 invoices for tonight's meeting. Anybody have anything under old business they want to bring up? Under new business, I would like to bring something up under new business. So we had a resignation from one of our alternates, and as you all know, we had a committee member who passed away. So the council has appointed as a permanent member, Mr. David Costa. Is no longer an alternate. He is a permanent member to the committee. David, want to turn your screen back on? Congratulations, buddy. Careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You tell him his pay got doubled?
Yeah, now that you're a permanent member, you get double the pay.
That'll be great. Thank you.
Double of nothing, still nothing. We're glad to have you as a permanent member. Thank you very much for everything you've done with us so far. So that is under new business. Anybody else have any new business they want to bring up? Communication subcommittee. I'm just going to say a couple quick things and I'll let Caitlin go in. I know Monty's not here tonight, but I just want to say what a tremendous job you guys are doing. I'm getting so many emails and Facebook comments from the videos, the pictures. There's a gentleman in town that does a lot of drone work. We're going to be connecting you guys with them. He's got some great drone footage of the site. And
Awesome.
we're going to be connecting you guys together. I don't want to say his name over the air in case he decides he doesn't want to do it. So, but his footage is amazing. So, Caitlin, I know Monty's not here, but if you have anything you want to add, please go ahead.
No, Monty's been doing a great job with the Facebook page. He posted a post today, yesterday, that with some pictures of that were shared with him by Marcus of the Blackwing and the construction. It got like 23 likes, 7 people shared it, but it reached over 1,000 people. So we're getting there. With every post, it reaches just a few more people, which is all we can ask for. And he has 3 more scheduled. So just kind of trying to keep it in everybody's faces and sharing the pictures because that's really what everybody wants to see. So that's all Monty with the Facebook. Facebook's not me. Not my friend. But yeah, no, he's doing a good job. So
Very good. Anybody have any questions or comments regarding the communication?
As part of the communications segment here, I'd like to give a little update on the groundbreaking. First question I have, I guess, is for Bruce. Have you had the opportunity to put together any proposed graphics for ultimate turning into posters?
We have not. Can I make a suggestion? Maybe you and I connect and we can walk through the presentations we've done so far and pick out the images that you think is appropriate, whether it's you and me or there's a subcommittee of the however we want to do it. And then we can create posters, put them on the thumb drive if we wanted to do a video or whatever.
Okay.
Because remember, we had that mini video of walking around the building also. So I don't know if that's something we want to just have as an opportunity for people to see. You know, bring a monitor up there and you can run it off a computer or something if somebody wanted to see the walk around the building on the outside.
Yeah, maybe early next week we can get together and do that. Amy and Kevin, they are working on updating the invitation and program. I was able to get out of the archives courtesy of having Deb help me. The ones that we put together for the high school groundbreaking ceremony. So we're taking those and Amy's tweaking one and Kevin's tweaking the other so that we have something to present in draft form to Randy next week or two. The only thing, of course, that we're missing from our perspective is a date. And I had mentioned in the last meeting if Walter and Gina could get together with their appropriate people and come up with some suggestions for a date for this thing. We'd like to hear it. Has anything been proposed?
Mr. Vice Chair, I was talking with the superintendent, and with everything going on right now to try to get schools reopened, probably September would be the better choice for him, or a last week of August thing, but definitely September.
Yeah, I have no issues with September. You know, I only threw out what I threw out as a place to start a discussion, and you know, if they feel that September is the better choice given everything going on, hey, it's their decision.
The weather may be cooler too, so that may help too. So.
Okay. Well, if we can get a couple dates that are mutually agreeable.
I will run it past them, and I'll email you. I also emailed you the I did find a copy of the program.
Yeah, I've got those, and that's what we're using as a basis for the for this one.
Okay.
I've been in touch with Andy, and a couple things that we've agreed on is we're going to skip any form of music. At this one, we did have it at the high school, but in light of everything going on, Andy feels it's probably the best thing to do. So we've decided to scratch that. You know, as it goes forward, you know, we'll be soliciting assistance from you know, the Board of Ed, Town Council, Town Manager's Office to actually get this out to the public once we have everything settled and blessed by, you know, not only Randy, the committee, Town Council, you know, whoever else has to bless the program and stuff. But hopefully we'll be getting that out, blessed date, in the next few weeks. That's about all I have to add.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Anybody have any questions regarding the communication subcommittee or any questions regarding the groundbreaking ceremony that is still in the works? Excellent. Next on the agenda is scheduling our next meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we schedule the next meeting for August 6th and cancel all meetings that are previously scheduled between now and then. The August 6th date is picked based upon when we should have the next set of major invoices from Gabane, JCJ, etc.
I'll second that.
We have a second from Scott. Any discussion? All in agreement, show of hands. Anybody against? Anybody abstain? Committee comments, committee liaisons. Anything from the liaisons?
Just keep up the good work. You guys are doing an awesome job. The whole team, the whole committee, architect, Gilbane, everybody. Awesome job. Keep it up.
Yeah, it's really good. Love the pictures. Thank you.
You guys are doing a great job. I love the red fencing now. Looks great.
And that has nothing to do with political party.
Only you.
Yeah.
Only you.
Anybody else have any comments? Committee members? Everybody shaking their head no? Anybody have any good to the order? Any good news they want to convey?
Yes, my grandmother that turned 101 at St. Mary's beat COVID-19 and is doing well.
Wow.
That's awesome.
101.
That's great.
Great news. Wow.
It is. It's a shocker.
Good genes. That's awesome news.
Must be that red wine, garlic, and olive oil.
There you go. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Positive? All right. If there's no other questions or comments,
Mr. Chairman, make a motion to adjourn.
Second it.
holy crap. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys very much for taking your time for doing this. And everybody, please stay safe and meeting adjourned.
See you later.
Take
Bye.
care.